All right, let's do a brief audio and a visual check. How's everybody doing tonight? First full week of 2026 of the new year. How's everybody doing? New year, audio, video check. Let's get things started. Give me 1 second, get a few things set up on my end, and we shall be good to go. Audio's good, video's good, loud and clear. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Slow Markets 2026. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach DBA. As always, in the YouTube chat, there is our Topstep risk disclosure. Everything I go over is for educational purposes only. It's not financial advice. It's not a signals class. We all know we are here to learn and grow and get better together, including me. Not just the YouTube chat. Me too. I'm always learning, trying to get better, trying to increase my profits, right? Become a better trader. But yeah, let's take a look at these markets. We had a very eventful weekend. Very, very eventful weekend that I will definitely be talking about. But let's just take a look and see where are we at in these markets. What are we looking for going into this week? And then we can start talking a little bit more about like what's going on this weekend. You know, maybe what my view, how it will affect the market, like what we're going to be doing as day traders, right? Because day trading is a lot different than what I might think, what it looks like in the next 2-3 months, and you know, a longer term perspective. But I'm a technical trader, so let's take a look at the technicals. Here's the daily chart on the NASDAQ, and yeah, it's at an interesting place right now. To be honest, we are at a very interesting place. Whether we might end up continuing to find a wedging pattern. This is a daily on the NASDAQ. And are we going to come back down? Are we going to have a chance to break lower and come down and test these lows around 25,000, maybe 24,000, somewhere down there, possibly? Or are we just going to bounce and come up and test the high end of this wedge pattern? Now, remember, this is not, it's not exact. So these are just very like zones, I guess, zones you can see. But we have a lot of bearish pressure. A lot of bearish pressure. You can see the last, what, five days have been red. Friday we ended, we rallied all the way up to these 25,803s and finished near the lows. We finished at 25,390, and tonight we are green. We're up 0.3% here in the NASDAQ, even with what's going on over the weekend. And so it'd be curious to see how that's going to work out. If I take a look at the events, first full week of the new year. So we do have U.S. ISM manufacturing PMI. So talking about inflation, and then we'll scroll through. You know, Tuesday inflation data. We got some Fed speakers. And we have JOLTS job openings. It's going to be a market mover. Trade balance, jobless claims. So inflation, unemployment. You know, are we going to increase or not increase? Are we going to decrease or hold interest rates the same for January? That's going to be the question. And of course, non-farm payrolls. Non-farm, normally a normal non-farm payroll. It's been a while on a Friday, January 9th to top off the week. So nothing too crazy. I think all eyes is going to be going on what's going on with the political tension, right? The political tension of everything that has happened this weekend. But let's take a look at an hourly chart. I'm just going to go over this real quick, and then we'll get to what's going on in the market. You can see that major sell-off. This major sell-off that we had on Friday. Ooh, just disregard how ugly my drawings are. So big sell-off, and then it looks like we got a bit of a bounce here. So this is a bounce, and you can see I'm actually short the NASDAQ. Short on the NASDAQ, so looking for maybe a pull back down towards these 400, lower 400s. I'm short 2 micros, nothing too crazy. Not a big position. Let me zoom into a 5-minute. I'll show you my thought process through this. Is number one, we did get some crazy news over the weekend, and like I said, I'll go through it, but I'm not looking for the news to be very positive. I guess there's a lot of geopolitical tension, but I'm not I didn't place that trade based off of it. I actually got in this trade. We came up, we rejected these 480s, and we had a major sell-off. So I got in at, what is this, 1805 on this timestamp. So I got in short. I see that we opened with a gap, and we only filled half of it. So I'm looking for this market, at least I was looking for this market to come down, at least maybe test 420, maybe come down and fill this gap. Like, there's a possibility that that could happen, but it's market's kind of chopping around back and forth around 480s down to 453. I'm not as confident in this trade. Obviously, when you get into a trade, you want it to just completely sell off, and as soon as I get into a trade, I want it to go immediately to my take profit, no questions asked. But we're holding up a lot stronger than expected, so I think I'm just going to get out of that. I'm going to get out of that, take a minus $86, little scratch to start the weekend. But let's go back over to silver. Silver. It's just going up, man. We're up 6% tonight. 6%. Let's zoom at the hourly chart. Look at this hourly chart. If there was a wedging formation that I was looking at, like if there's any kind of like bearish resistance, lower highs wedging formation, I think we just broke out of it. I think we just broke out of that geopolitical risk that I was talking about. I mean, you can see it's affecting metals. Silver is up 6%. It's a volatile. It is still so volatile. And let's take a look at gold real quick. I'm sure it's doing something similar. Yeah, gold broke out. It's not as strong as silver, right? It looks like we kind of broke out of these 4420s, but it's not as strong as silver, to be honest. Silver is just so volatile. So freaking volatile. And let's trade it up. Let's trade it up, shall we? So we had that nice breakout. Got to be bullish silver, right? We are up 6%. We are up 6%. Zooming into a 5-minute chart. I'm going to get this set up so I can start trading it. We'll get to some questions. And, yeah, we'll talk about it. So we broke out, kind of consolidated for a little bit. We didn't even fill the gap. We didn't even fill this gap. And it just rallied here, just straight up. Just a straight rally. This is, man, how many times is this is a situation where we've rallied 6%. So we've rallied so far. It's hard. I want to say it's hard to buy it, right? It's hard to buy it after we rallied 6%, but it's also hard to sell it going against this momentum. So it's like you don't want to sell it because you're going against the momentum in this silver. You don't want to go against the momentum in silver. Trust me, I've been there. And then we've rallied so far. It's like, do you buy it all the way up here, right? Looking for a breakout. So let's watch this. I think we can come back up and test maybe these 76s and go from there. Thoughts on silver as a momentum might slow down? As of right now, I'm not expecting silver to slow down in momentum, or at least in volatility, right? Just talking through it. There's no ceiling on silver. Heck, maybe we wake up and we're at $80 an ounce. $80 an ounce. Just bought 20 kilos of physical silver on Saturday. Oh, you put some money in silver. What price did you pay, if you don't mind me asking? I'm curious on what price you got for your physical silver. If you could do the calculations per ounce. I'm curious because I know the physical market is a lot different than the paper market that we've been trading. $85. Let's see. Make sure. Oh yeah, I'm curious. I'm really curious. I'm really curious. And while we are waiting for that, let's do a hashtag slow markets. Hashtag slow markets. There is my socials, and of course, there's my Instagram. Whenever I'm not on whenever I'm not on air, that's where you'll find me. I'm always trying to get better at doing updates on there. I like this. Looks like we're getting momentum again. I'm going to get in long 1 silver. Let's get long 1 silver. I'm going to switch this to ticks because I'm trading silver. I like it points when I'm trading the NASDAQ. Ticks when I am trading silver. Let's see if we get a nice breakout trade here. This is micro silver, and it's still volatile. It's still way volatile. I'm going to watch this because I don't want to be holding trades too far against me. Looking for a breakout right here. And let me walk through this. We had this some buying. We had a pullback. We held this, 75.25. So I'm looking for a higher low and a break through these 43s. But want this to be a quick one. Maybe we come back up and test 76. So physical silver doesn't go up like futures. All right, I want to get out. I don't want to go against this. We could be very volatile. I want to try and find and get in long. Singapore physical retail 93, 102. Out on the sweep of that weak swing low. I'm watching it. I definitely will get back in. I just don't want to be in a situation. It's so volatile. So volatile. Up 6% already. Okay. My other thought is we might... Silver doesn't react like the NASDAQ too much. I might take 2 paper cuts and then take a 15-minute pause if this is going to... Wait for the 15-second close. Yeah. I might be taking a couple $100 paper cuts here. These are a little deeper paper cuts than I would like. This is a 100-tick chart on the right and a 5-minute chart on the left. If you're new, you should be trading gold. If you're new, you should be trading maybe the ES. Silver is very volatile, as you could see. Like, this is 1 micro. This is 1 micro. Like, that's $200 move in 1 micro. The volatility in silver is insane. Someone says, I would short. Someone will short silver. I have a hesitation shorting silver with what we've just seen right here. Now, it doesn't mean we can't pull back, right? We could easily have a pullback and a sell-off in silver, which you see me, I'm in the red. I'm in the red because I'm long. So shorts, if you short this up here, you would be in money. But I have a hard time going against all this momentum in silver. Silver's ranging in a moment. Yeah, the last 20 minutes, we've been back and forth. We do have the top of the hour coming in about 15 minutes. Someone says, honestly, I'm long till 77. Let's see if we can break above these 42s. I will add one. I'm looking for a reason to add and manage risk. Yeah, I don't mind adding if I can manage my risk properly. I need levels. I need data points. Like maybe another higher low if we hold that. Maybe that would be a good reason to hold. But I'd love for us to come back up and test these 42s, 42 halves. And then give us, it's not 42, 41. Break through 42. Someone says just long NQ. Nothing just matters. It's numbers on the screen. Silver, even on micros. Yeah, these are micros, everyone. These are micro silver contracts, and it's volatile. It's volatile in micros. All right. If we can break through 42, I will look to add a contract. Looking for a breakout and a momentum play higher. We are up 6%. Starting to see buyers step in. Yes, that's a big swing. That's a big swing for a single micro. I would not want to touch this with a mini right now. Okay, I'm liking this. It's looking good. Right, I'm gonna add one. I'm a little early on the ad, but that's okay. I'm playing this momentum. Trying to get in with this momentum right here. Remember, there's the risk disclosure. Sometimes this comes back and bites me in the butt. It's not waiting for it to actually break out and adding early. So adding preemptively, trying to get in with the momentum, comes back and it sometimes it's not that confirmation versus risk reward. So I'm trying to get a better location rather than waiting for 42s to break. I'm not going to add a third when it breaks, though. The volatility is just too much right now. I don't want to say when. I better say if. Because nothing's guaranteed. We could just completely reverse. I have my finger on the close button. Fingers on the close button, just watching it. This market can move really fast. I was doing really good with silver until I wasn't. Story of my life. And we were doing good there like 2 seconds ago. It was doing good, and now we are Now we're not doing good. You guys are seeing why waiting for a confirmation sometimes is better. Take your finger off. Fingers on the trigger. It's on the close button. Just watching it. I was doing great until I was doing good until you wasn't. It happens. These markets are moving. Like this is not. It doesn't feel like slow markets the way the silver is moving. Let's get a breakout through these 40s. Lots of sellers stepping in. Someone says my entry is not good. Well, if it goes up from here, it's good, right? If it goes down, it's not. Stop loss is a better entry. Give me my stop loss. I'd take my stop loss as an entry point. Oh, I better not say it. I better not say it. Why did I say that out loud? Why did I say that out loud? My stop loss is a bad entry point. Market, go up. Gold moving. NASDAQ moving. Yeah, I might be getting smacked here. Risk is okay if it doesn't scare you. It'll wear you out. If it doesn't scare you, it'll wear you out. This one might do a little bit of both. Okay, I'm going to just get out early. Minus 700 really fast. So let's wait. I'm going to wait. We might run down to 75. We might run down to 75. And I don't mind entering it in again. Gold may fill the gap during London session. I don't know. Reversal challenge? Reversal. That's a quick $700. That's a quick $700 back and forth and a little bit of chop right here. Lost your supper money. Lost your supper money. Should have waited for that confirmation, but I was fine getting in with that momentum. We did not break those 42s. Sellers just stepped in right there. 700 really quick on what? 2 micros? 2 micros, 700. And now we just wait. 74, 72 is the bottom of the channel. What is this? This thing's gonna go back up here. I'm gonna enter long, and then it's gonna reverse. Just patience. Silver equals engulfing candle. You'll win. Just watching it. Maybe we get a breakdown. We have 75. These round numbers are really close together. We got 76 and we got 75. 76 and 75. Double down. No, I'm not going to double down. Not on silver. There's breakthrough 75. So I'm happy with my exit. I got out early. It would have hit the stop loss. Oh wow. Look, let's see if this thing goes now. Who's short silver? Let's get through some of these hashtag slow markets. Here's one of them. First ever XFA, and I got it on the first trading day. Got it activated tonight. Watching silver with you. Great work, TGs. Great work. First ever XFA. Start the new year out. Look at this breakdown. Reversal on the 30-minute. Hey, I'd take that getting out with, man, 2 micros, $730. See how volatile this thing could be. Someone says silver long here. I'm going to wait. This is the first breakout candle on the 5-minute, or a breakdown candle. See, we consolidated for, 20, 30 minutes, and now we're starting to break down. So even though it might be a nice long for play back up, I'm going to wait since this is the first candle. And we have the top of the hour. So top of the hour in 9 minutes, 8 minutes. Cheap long. Yeah, I got them short, but TP was at 74.80. So you hit your take profit. And man, it doesn't feel like a Sunday. It feels like a middle of the week volatility for sure. I'm long the NQ. Let's see, what's the NQ doing? Man, NASDAQ did bounce up 84. We'll watch this. We'll watch silver. I'm watching silver. This volatility. Silver got kabooshed. I mean, we're still up 5.5% here. Someone shouted out on that silver long at 75s. I'm up 4,000 on gold. I'm up gold from 44. Oh, you're up on gold from 44. I was at 410 today. Got greedy for that bounce off the VWAP and the NQ. See if we can accept back above 75. 75 is a big round number. 75,000. It goes to the tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So this is long. Waiting for a retest of the 50. Dakota, are there any new to you markets you are eyeing for the year? I'm trading Bitcoin. I'm not. No. It's silver's the new market, I guess. The new-ish, right? I don't want to say it's new because I've been trading it. It's been volatile for a while now. But silver, NASDAQ, gold, no new markets that I'm trading. All right, trying to get back above 75. Let's see how we react here. If we could put in a pivot and maybe a higher low, I'll look to get. I'll do the longs one more time. So let's see how this market's going to react. We'll do the longs. That was a sweep of the swing low I was referring to. We did have a breakdown and a failed breakdown, I guess you could say, back above 75. We got about a minute left until this candlestick closes. Should have clicked the reverse button. No, because I'd be short, right? I'd be short. Look at us pushing back up through these 75s. I'm still looking for a play to 76. I want to see another test to 76. Ain't no pivots in this. You think we just go straight up? I mean, there's pivots. We've had pivots in this market. Maybe we do just go straight up. Gold wants to pull back also. Do we just go? Look at that move. Good call on that long. That's, 100 ticks right there. All right, let's see if we can get into a long. Okay, I'll take that. Let's see, where's my risk? 380. Okay, I'll take that as my first entry. Now I want to see some type of support around this 75 level again. Support at that 75. If we could hold this and maybe break back above, if we break 19.5, so what I'm going to look for is a higher low. And then I would look for this market to break through 19. If not, we would just fail. We would just fail, right? We'd go right back down. That's where my stop loss is. So if we could break through these, 75.20, 75.19 is where I'd look to enter a second contract. If not, then this is just a lower high and we go break and look for a lower low. Do I have a loss limit? Yeah, I mean, it's at 4,500, but I don't want to lose 4,000. I'll probably stop around $1,000, $1,500. Long silver sketch. Why is that? Is it because we're already up 6%? Oh, we're not up 6% now. We're up 5.5, 5.6. Hey, silver could go up 10%. But I know what you mean, right? Market's up 6%. Why would we not get a pullback? So I understand that. Would I buy physical silver? I do have physical silver. I've had for a little bit. I wouldn't buy physical silver right now. For me, that's my personal, right? That's personal, the way I view it. As long as it's just going to get ate up here. Let's watch this. Selling 72.25, 75.25. We're not finding a higher low yet. Do I count the wicks? How do I find a higher high, higher low? It depends on the time frame, right? This is what I'm looking for right now. As of right now, this is a lower high. And I want to see us break above these, 75.20s. And I need us. I'm looking for us to make a higher low. I'm looking for us to make a higher low. Like this. There you go. There we go. There's a higher low. There's my risk. I can move my stop loss up. That's what I'm looking for. Let's get going. Come on, market. Now I need to see us break 19. That's the momentum. A higher low I'm looking for. Allowed me to tighten up my risk. So my risk is the same. This is the entry I was looking for. 2 contracts, $380 worth of risk, $360 worth of risk. And now let's see if we can get that momentum to break through these 19s, these 20s. There's a little bit. There's a little bit. But can we hold? It'd be a 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute. This is a nice wick on the 5-minute. But we need to get over these 75.20s. New hourly incoming? Yeah, top of the hour too. Top of the hour. Great call on that one. Top of the hour. Which direction? So if we can break out through the top of the hour, I'm going to like that momentum. But ACH, anything can happen. Move stop to break even? No, it's below this pivot down here at that we just made, this higher low so far. We need to go through and make a higher high. And I'd like to see us test 76. But we need to break through these 20s, get back up to the top of this range, back up to 75.50s, 75.40s. Okay, there's the top of the hour. Let's see if we could get through it. Okay. All right, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. All right, I'm going to move my stop loss up a little bit more. All right, silver, let's get that momentum. Let's get that momentum. I'm not liking this, though. Not liking this. That's not the failed momentum I want to see. Failed breakout. Yeah, I'm going to get out. I'm out. Well, that's not what I wanted to see, chat. I am not liking that. I mean, we still might go through, but not at the top of the hour. Maybe maybe I'm not convinced enough. I'm not convicted, not convinced, convicted, however you want to say it. I'm actually 50-50 now. The fact that we're failing to just break through with momentum, like we've seen silver do before, like some of these momentum bursts and breakouts are beautiful in silver. But nothing, just in this chop, get chopped out. Minus 750. It might, the fact that we didn't break higher, are we going to break lower? I'm not sure. I'm less convinced on the longs with this price action. Yeah, heck, I might even test a short here. I'm going to be honest. I might end up testing a short. We're up 5%. Yeah, yeah. The fact that we broke through this pivot. Yeah, now we're starting to hold. I'm going to watch it. I could have pressed reversed, right? I could have pushed reverse. This is not a reversal challenge, though. Someone says shorting all night. Let's watch it. 74.50, I'm telling you. All right, we broke through that pivot, so let's see. I'm still watching this. We got this 5-minute candle's not done yet. Got a limit order at 74.26. It's chop right here at 75. Back and forth around 75. I'm not leaning as bullish as I was. I'm not leaning as bullish as I was. The fact that we broke this low, I'd look for us to break this one. Yeah, I'm just watching for these pivots. I'm watching on this 5-minute, and we haven't really done much on this 5-minute. Looked like we was maybe breaking out there at the top of the hour, and we failed. I wanted to get long for this breakout, and we did not. And there's a failed upside. I'm going to do the same thing, but in reverse. I'm going to do the same thing, but in reverse. Right? I'm doing the same exact setup, but instead of longs, it's going to be shorts. Triple zeros, 75. Just watching. I don't want to add until I see if we could maybe break through these 94s. Yeah, let's add that second contract. Let's add that second contract. I want to limit my risk quick if we do start to go. This is playing for a break, everybody. This is playing for a break. I got chopped up a few times. And very neutral break. Are we going to break to the downside or break to the upside? I was looking for a break to the long side, looking for 76. But now the fact that we failed and we rejected up here, I'm okay with either direction. I'm okay with either direction. Where's the music? I'll get music this week. Don't worry. I'm focused, all right? I'm focused. I know. Bring the music back. You'll get the music. Don't worry. All right, we had that 5-minute candlestick close. All right, let's see if we get a push lower. If we can break this pivot, I'm going to move my stop. Okay, that's seeing we're starting to get some momentum to the downside. Okay. Damn, reverse, just like that. Look at that. It's targeting VWAP. Break through these 84. Yoink. Yeah, I know. Man, silver is not for the faint of heart. We need to use the magnet at the bottom. Well, no, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I was looking for it to break this pivot. We got it. Now this is going to be the next pivot we'll break. We're starting to see some momentum to the downside. Is this a breakout or a fake out? We shall see. What's your target, Dakota? This is momentum break. On momentum breaks, I'd look for maybe one target and then hold another. So I'd look for these 74.50 to come into play. 74.50 would be a good area for a target. But let's see where we play. Let's see how this break, if right, if we do start to break, silver could go fast. It's very volatile. It's very, very volatile, as you guys are seeing right now, how volatile silver is. We could be down to 74. Like we could go down to 74 very fast. 74 is right here. 74 evens. Let's see if we could get some follow through here. Man, that was not much of a breakdown of this last pivot. Am I being too stingy with my take profit? I was looking for 74.50. No, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. 74.50. I'm not being too greedy. Obviously, if we bounce here, I'm going to be like, man, why should I take some profits? But gotta follow the process. If it bounces here, I gotta accept that we just did not get a breakout or breakdown. Looking for areas to manage risk. So if we do start to sell off and break this pivot again, I will move my stop loss. This gives me a good area to move my stop loss. All right, get some follow through. I'm going to try and take profit instead before I move my stop loss. Come on, let's get some follow through here. One more push. One more push. One more push for a take profit. Come on. Someone says gold looks good. 5-minute candlestick's going to close in about a minute and a half. If we get one more push lower, I'm going to look for a take profit here. Is it going to give it to me? Not like this. Not like this. My second question is, did I move my stop loss too soon? I don't think so. All right, I'm just going to bail. I'll just take it. We never did get that secondary push. We were just not breaking down. That's it. Either direction. I took profit. Whatever. $300 on that one. But, yeah, it's just not the momentum that I'm wanting to see. Shot clock violation. Yeah, we didn't get that momentum. And it's threading needles, right? This is a support resistance zone. I'm not going to argue over that. Obviously, when we're down there, I wish I would have. But, I'm fine. Too much of a risk at a break. Like, when I want momentum break, I want momentum, right? This was momentum, right? This move was momentum. It was just kind of not breaking down, and I'm going against this big trend. So that's all right. That's all right. Money's money. One trade, I'm not going to get out of the green and get out of the red in just one trade. I shouldn't expect that. Obviously, it would have been nice to have a nice breakdown, and just market wasn't giving it to us. Your head scrambled because of silver? We're just going to watch it. We got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. Down 400. Let's take a look around the board. What's the Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin, it's up 93,000. Bitcoin's rallying. Okay, Bitcoin. Let me take a look. I see. Yeah, I see you there, Bitcoin. Keep eyes on silver. I'm going to check a few things. Yeah, I was fighting for ticks there. That low of this is like 74.50, and it was just right there. All right, I'm going to checking around the market right now. Let's see. NASDAQ up 0.3. Let's see some of the market movers. Tesla's up 1.6. I'm happy I got out of my Tesla position. Gold up 1.6. We're watching silver up, 5.5% almost. Man, markets are moving. I got to check. Oh, of course. Bitmine immersion. I almost bought back in, but yeah, not too bad. Market's holding up pretty well. I don't want to say I would like to get into a long, but I definitely wouldn't mind a scalp long for a break above and a retest to 75. Is silver going to break out and retest 75? I don't trust any breakout trades on silver right now. Longs look good. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Longs would look good for a retest to 75. Watch it going to do it now. It's going to do it right now. Dang thing anyway. NASDAQ doing its slow breakdown again. What percentage of my account am I risking daily? It depends. It changes every day. I've based it off of a hard dollar amount, right? So daily, I don't want to lose more than $1,500. Starting the new year, I'm not going to risk more than $1,500. Now, if I make a couple thousand, that percentage is going to be different. Yeah, it's based off of a hard dollar amount on this account. Someone says, looks like a retest to keep going lower. Someone says, get back on silver going lower. It might go lower. It might go higher. I want to see if it will retest 75. Silver will sell. How do I close partials? Well, if you're partials, if you're in multiple contracts, you could close one at a time. Dude, what do you think the markets will do this week due to tons of news? Anything. I think we might be remember, this is all opinion. There's our top step risk disclosure in the YouTube chat. All eyes on what's going on, right? We had Venezuela. Oh man, forgive me for how bad I pronounce these things. Venezuela. A lot of geopolitical risk that's going on, right? We're seeing metals rally, probably seeing a spike in volatility in oil, but there's a lot of geopolitical tension. Headlines, right? Headlines, markets can be very sensitive to what's going on with headlines. I think the best case scenario and what I typically like to do when this happens is I try not to stay in trades, right? I try not to stay in trades for very long, especially overnight, right? We can have a headline come off overnight and the markets during a very low liquidity time, very low volume, they overreact. They could overreact. We've seen it quite often in slow markets. Almost this time last year. We were talking about tariffs, right? Every single time a tariff word was mentioned, the markets moved like 1%. And we'd be sitting here during slow markets and the markets were down like, 3% sometimes. And in the morning, we rally right back up. So understanding that there's added headline risk that could come at any moment and that could bring movements and volatility into the market is a must, right? Which means making sure you have your stop loss in place, making sure you have your risk managed is, more crucial during this time. And there goes the silver. Right through 75. Yeah, right through 75. So that's why I'm looking for direction. Any direction, honestly. Obviously, we're seeing the metals rally because geopolitical risks go into safe haven assets like gold and now silver, right? A lot of this is purely opinion. We just trade what the market is giving us. Political risk, buy gold. Buy silver. We're up 6% on silver. Unless, who knows? Maybe they come out and say margins increasing on silver again. Who knows? But you've seen how much you can make and lose with just 1 or 2 micros. 1 or 2 micros in silver, it gets going. It definitely gets going. All right, I wouldn't mind maybe a short silver now. Right? We came up. We're testing this. Maybe we could get into a short silver. See if we could consolidate. Just looking for opportunities to get in. Are you still in your 10 contract? Yeah, I am. In gold, but that's been a while. I'm in from 4,000. Half my position. So, nah, no shorts. Hey, half the people in the chat I'm seeing go long. Half the people I'm seeing go short. So far, we're making lower lows. We're breaking down, price accepting lower. Just watching price action. It seems like we're just chopping around 75 even. I'm looking to get out of gold at 5,000. My personal target for gold for 2026 is $5,000 an ounce, and I'm liking it. It's finally going to break above. We'll see. We shall see, or at least partials. Yeah, that's what you guessed, 5,000. When it's 50-50 on shorts and longs, how do you know it's basically a gamble, don't you think? Yeah. It's risk management, right? There's a random walk theory saying it's 50-50 up or down no matter what, right? You enter a trade, it's 50-50 because the market's random. It's 50% chance we go up, 50% chance we go down. I believe in equities. It's a little bit skewed to the long side because equities continue to go up higher, all-time highs. But it's more about risk management. You could say it's a 50-50 trade, every single trade that you place, and it's more about the risk management side. However, you can use at least I use technicals that happen more than 50% of the time. For example, a 3-bar reversal, once we confirmed, the way I trade, maybe at a big level of support and resistance, the probability is better than 50-50, so I'm willing to put money at risk for that and managing my risk. So it's exactly that, right? It's risk reward, how much you're risking versus how much you're looking to profit from it. And it's probabilities. What's the probability that this trade's going to work out? And everyone views it differently, right? Everyone will view it differently. With no bias, nothing, like I said, it's that random walk theory that every single trade is 50-50. If you have a 1-to-1 risk reward and you place the trade, ultimately, theoretically, you'll break even minus commissions. You'll slowly drain the account. Of course, you are welcome. But if you trade 3-bar reversals at support and resistance, maybe you have a better edge, right? And it's not just about risk reward, right? Like, oh my gosh, I win 90% of my trades. That doesn't really mean anything. That means nothing without risk reward. It's about positive expectancy. Positive expectancy. Sure looks like a nice short entry. We're hanging around $75. $75. 75. That's the line in the sand right now. Line in the sand. This zone. It's the chop zone right now. The chop zone. See what the NASDAQ is doing. We got about 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. I've seen a couple hashtag slow markets. You guys are lacking on the good slow market content. Come on. Not if you're trading well, or if you're trading bad, struggling, maybe your trader's set up. There it is in the YouTube chat. Show them if you got them. Show it if you got them. This is the NASDAQ. Kind of chopping around NASDAQ too. NASDAQ's chopping around. This is gold. Gold hanging around 4,400, not 44,000. Silver. Hashtag slow markets on the social media right there. Yeah, the hashtag slow markets. Just tag me on Twitter. It's a little late now, and it's a short class. It's a short class. So for next time. Okay, if we start to break down these below 75, I might get into a short. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take that short. I'll take the short, and I'll add to it if we continue to break down. All right. Oh, let's see. I got to check my risk. 500. I could risk a little bit more than that. 700. Okay, let's see if we can get this breakdown now. If we break down through this level, I might go see if we could come down and retest some of these lows. Watching here. This will be my last trade of slow markets. See if we could get a breakdown. Let's do it. Come on, silver. Finish on a positive note. Got to finish on the positive note. First full week of the year. I will be on tomorrow. It's a good one. I will be on tomorrow. TopstepTV. Jay's going to be joining me tomorrow night, of course. Break through these 80s is what I want to see. I like that rejection. And now that we push down here, I need to see a break through these 74.80s. 74.89, 90. I don't have the short song. Bottom of the hour coming up in 7 minutes, right at the end of slow markets. Kind of hanging out here. Okay, I'm liking that. Let's see if we just need to break through those into these 80s. Testing it. 74.50 is your target. Yeah, I'm going to close it out a little bit before then, right? If we can. Like I'm just going to look for these 70 area, maybe 68 if we can break through this level. Not seeing too much momentum in either direction. This kind of slowed down. Seen lots of just buying. And now we're kind of just chopping around here. Momentum has definitely slowed down here. Gold is just far, yeah. I'd love to see silver at 74. Let's get there in the next 5 minutes. You're done? Up silver, $800 in silver. Nice work. Nice work. I wouldn't say easy money. This would be the hardest easy money. Trading is the hardest easy money there is. Does anyone care about gold? Oh, of course. Of course. But we're seeing lots of, at least I'm seeing lots of volatility in silver, so I'm trading silver here during slow markets. We held these 90s again. I do like this trade. Do I like it too much? Do I like this trade too much, chat? That it's going to just get me... Am I too convicted on this? Because there is... The risk is we hold 75 and we pop back up to these 74.40s. And it smokes me. Yeah, the hardest way to make easy money. That is trading. That is... You asked me, is... Trading, it might look easy, right? It might look easy. It is definitely the hardest way to make easy money. I love that definition. Can I cover financially from this trade? Well, it's not the money. It's not the dollar amounts, right? I'm in love with the process. I'm absolutely in love with this process. Just following a process day in, day out. Go through my ups, go through the downs, getting better, improving. Yeah, look, we're right back up to these. Why am I short silver? Why am I short silver? I'm going to take this loss on the chin. Ooh. We shall see. 3.5 minutes. Please do not short, please. No. I was trying to long it, and then we're just chopping around 75. This could easily come up, tag my stop loss, and then turn around. I'm risking 700 on this trade. This is it. Dakota, honeypot is silver. if you're on the right side of it, right? If you're on the right side of silver, that's the honeypot. Obviously, tonight I'm giving an example of being on the wrong side of silver. Being on the wrong side of silver, hey, it's a double-edged sword. When it goes in your favor, it's good. When it doesn't, you're seeing what happens. Down $900. And we just held it. This is going to be a $1,200 loss. Ooh. Trade the NASDAQ, bro. Patience is missing profits. Yeah, I'm out. I'm going to cut it. Minus $1,100 tonight for slow markets. And, yeah, we'll see how we start off. Man, buyers just stepped in right there. We held 75. So, all right, I will be on fast markets bright and early tomorrow morning, if not tomorrow night. Take care, everybody, and I will see you then. Bye.